Want to make sure you never miss a Kindly Keyin video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications.
Hello everybody, I am Kindly Keyin and welcome back to Hello Neighbor. So today we're going to be going back to exploring more secrets here in Hello Neighbor. As you probably have noticed, we're at the very beginning of the game, and there is a secret here that I think they added in not the most recent patch, but the patch before the most recent patch, if that makes any sense whatsoever. They've patched this game a lot, and every time they patch it, they do add new stuff, and apparently there are new items, and they've made some adjustments to some of the cutscenes. I don't know if we'll see that stuff here today, but as you can see, there is an Unreal Engine missing script, and as we've learned from the previous versions of Hello Neighbor, if we walk into these, typically they teleport us into another area, not another dimension. I was gonna say another dimension. This one, however, if we walk into it, it kind of does teleport us into another dimension, and as you can see, gosh, that noise is so obnoxious. But as you can see, we have a new code. I think it's a new code. So you guys, of course, remember the whole ARG thing that was happening with the alpha and the beta versions of Hello Neighbor. We had the QR code, we had the weird messages, we also have a code, 1003063. Now, looking at this code, it does look like a different code, right? 1830 Russian symbol 3. I don't know exactly what that means, but if you look at it in a slightly different way, it kind of looks like the old code, doesn't it? Look, 1003063. It looks like the same code. So I don't know if this code is different and new and does something else. I don't know. I mean, we still have no idea what exactly this means. We never learned what 1003063 meant, and we never learned what the whole QR code thing meant. So there's obviously still a lot of mystery around these numbers, but I was just looking at this number, and it could very well still be 1003063. I mean, the fact that they used an 8 right there and kind of a weird symbol here, I don't know. I don't know. But if we continue to drop, I think that we'll run into another teleporter, please. Okay, yeah, so the teleporter takes us back to the real game. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that little code. Obviously, we had to restart the game and get back to Act 1, but it should be a fairly simple task to get back to Act 3, because Act 3 is where we haven't done any exploration using ghost mode. We haven't had the trainer updated to the point where we could actually fly around. Now we can, so we should be able to ghost through walls and be able to fly outside of the boundaries of the standard area and be able to explore more of Act 3. So let's get back to Act 3, but I think before we get back to Act 3, we are going to make a little pit stop at the end of Act 2 for another secret that I haven't actually seen myself, but I've heard talk of. So let's get to that point. Okay, so we're at the very beginning of Act 3 here. We're back in our apartment, and actually something that I haven't done yet. We did this in Beta 3 or Beta 1, I don't know. But we haven't flown around the city here to kind of check out our surrounding area. So obviously we can ghost out of our house here and just do some exploration of the town around us. Our apartment, I can't help but notice, our apartment is just a house floating in the middle of the city. It's very magical. Ah, a person's knocking at our door. Let's see if we can catch them. Nope, they're not there. It's just a sound effect. There's no one actually there. Here, let's get him to spit out the little note. Are you gonna, do I have to be out of ghost mode? Probably have to be out of ghost mode. Okay, there you go. He spit out the note and he disappeared. He was an invisible mailman. It's pretty impressive. All right, we got a few floating smokestacks over here. See, normally you can't see what's underneath these smokestacks. You're not supposed to see what is underneath them, which is nothing, obviously. Okay, wait a second. We've actually got something going on here. There's some cables running to a sign that ultimately run to a lever. Can I do anything with this? Can I interact with this? No, I cannot interact with this. This goes out this side, and then there's a big old giant cable coming out of this box and going up to, what the heck is that thing? Okay, what the heck is this? Who puts a giant wind turbine slash jet engine on top of a skyscraper. This is a very, very strange city. I don't know if I like living here anymore. I can't blame the kid for wanting to leave this place. Yeah, so that's very strange. There's also a giant clock on the side of that building. Far less strange than the wind turbine. It just makes no sense. Let's see. We've got a cable coming up here, and then we got some bushes up here. That's it. Nothing too special there. I think we noticed this in the last episode, but the neighbor's gone. He's not hanging out on top of these buildings anymore. They took him out, which I was kind of speculating about it. I guess at this point, we're actually awake. Like, this is not a dream sequence in our head. So why would the neighbor be here? Because the rest of Act 3 is all a dream. The neighbor never actually shows up in real life after Act 2. So it really wouldn't make sense to have the neighbor actually show up when we're awake and alive. I mean, it's kind of weird, and yeah, it leads itself to more speculation, but we've never actually seen the real neighbor alive and well and being an actual person in front of us since Act 2. We also have a lever on the side of our house. I guess that turns the power off. Did it? Wait, let me hit that again. No, it's still pretty dark in here. All right, let's try this again with the TV on. We'll know if the TV turns off, if the power actually works on that lever. Nope. Doesn't do anything. Okay, let's move on to Act 3. Let's actually get this started. Okay, so I just checked out the cutscene that shows up when you run over to this house and you see Shadow Man and all that stuff. I just wanted to see if it was any different. Doesn't look like it is any different. The patch notes did mention that some of the cutscenes have changed a little bit and the dream sequences. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for things that have changed in these cutscenes. Okay, so the secret that I was referring to when we first left Act 1 is, I believe, upstairs in kind of the rundown version of our house here. I think, yes, there you go. Unreal Engine text render error 2715, and we have yet another QR code. Let me get my phone here, and let's see if we can figure out what it says. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put the text up here on the screen so that you guys can see what I'm reading. So I got it. It says, now you have all the parts. You can erase me. Wait for my signs. Look for green light in the beginning. Use AI error dumping equals 0 when time comes. What? I do not understand that at all, but I guess we could combine all the previous QR codes. And I don't know. I mean, it continues to kind of lend itself to this idea that the neighbor is like a program or a robot or something. I don't know. Maybe this is Shadow Thing. Maybe Shadow Thing is some kind of program or robot, or I don't know. If we touch this, nothing happens. Okay, so we don't get teleported or anything like that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your theories down in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this new QR code. And I guess all the QR codes up to this point have been kind of a composite, right? They all kind of come together, and now we have all the parts. We still have no idea what it actually means. Okay, so here we are in the actual game part of Act 3. So now we can do a bit more of our exploring, but what I want to do first is get caught by the neighbor, because I don't want to have to deal with the nighttime. Where are you, neighbor? Are you around here? You gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, you're just staring at your elevator door. Okay, that's nice. Oh, are you gonna, oh, you know what? I may have accidentally locked him. Yeah, I accidentally hit the 3 on the numpad. I don't know why I would have done that, but I accidentally hit it, and it locked him up, so he can't move around. Okay, so now we're ready to actually explore here in Act 3. Now, of course, you guys saw this already. If you saw my previous episode, we did discover the very, very awesome picture over here of the neighbor's family. My goodness, it's kind of haunting in a crazy way. I mean, we finally have proof that the neighbor has a family. That is very weird. So we want to look for more clues that kind of lend themselves to those kinds of things. More information that we can learn about the neighbor, the better. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is what is up with the neighbor? Why is he doing all this stuff? I still kind of like the idea that he's lost it, obviously. Losing his family, he's just kind of lost his mind, and now he's abducting children to somehow try to replace them. I don't quite understand it. Now, some of the theories that you guys have been talking about is, for instance, that his children are the ones who are missing, and actually they didn't die. They're still alive. In fact, many of you are saying that the son is definitely alive because none of his knickknacks are up in that room. If I could get back to that room. We have like the little girl's doll, we have her shoes, we have her dollhouse, and then we have the wife's shoes and her purse. But we don't have anything really related to the little boy. I guess you could say that the baseball could be the boy's, but some of you are speculating that the boy is still alive, and some of you are speculating that the boy is actually us. But I don't know if that's actually right, because if you look at the little boy's face here, he doesn't really look like us. The character that we play as has a much longer nose and a longer chin. Even when we were a little boy in that first sequence, we did not look really anything like this boy here in this picture. So I don't think that we, as the player, are the neighbor's son. But I do like the idea that maybe the son is still alive. Maybe he's somewhere around there. Maybe he's Shadow Thing? I don't know. That seems kind of weird. Anyways, let's go look for more secrets. All right, so I thought we'd make our first stop at the lake since it's just such a nice area to hang out at. Here's that weird little pizza truck crashed into the side of the lake. No idea what's going on there. We also have some boats. Oh, is Shark Boy's over here. Yeah, what happened to his mouth? All right. He's seen better days. Okay. What is this? Is this a gramophone over here? Oh, yeah. We got a gramophone and a record. What, can I actually pick this up? I can. I don't know what that is. Is that a YouTuber Easter egg? JT? I don't know. You guys will have to tell me because I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to actually play it. You know, like, could you actually put it on the gramophone and play it? I don't know. Probably not. All right, I did just spot something on the other side of the lake. Let's walk over there. Ironically, running and walking is faster than ghost mode. The ability to fly and phase through walls is slower than just normal walking and running. So keep that in mind anytime you want to go into ghost mode in real life. It's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, yeah, this is weird. What is this? Like a satellite or something? What? Yeah, that is a satellite that seems to have come crashing down from the sky. And there's some very strange alien-looking symbols on the side of it. Okay, now I just feel like Tiny Bill's just trolling us. What is this? And what does this have to do with anything that we've seen or done up to this point? Although, what if this has something to do with like the whole program type thing in the QR codes? What if like it's referring to some kind of secret mission and this is some kind of crazy satellite that's been up in space for a super long time, sending messages down to Earth to the neighbor, directing him how to do his stuff? I don't know. I'm digging way too much into this. Is this cool? Does it have anything to do with the game up to this point? Probably not, but it could. Maybe I'm onto something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this thing. Do you think that this actually has something to do with the information that we've collected up to this point? I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's just so much more to this game than meets the eye. I mean, this is the full game. This is the final game. And yet we still have almost zero answers. it's all just speculation still. So is there a chance that this derelict space station satellite from outer space has something to do with something in the game? Yes, there is a strong possibility that it has something to do with the actual story in the game, but will we find out anytime soon? I don't know. They keep patching the game and they keep adding stuff, which is cool. I don't know if that satellite has been here for a while. I mean, I didn't see it the first time we went through this, but also we've never done this in Act 3. So maybe it was sitting here in Act 3 the whole time, but we never made it to Act 3 and were able to actually like fly around and ghost around so that we could see this area. I don't know. Maybe the outside area does change as you go through the acts. Lots of questions, not very many answers. Welcome to Hello Neighbor. All right, so we're gonna head over to the factory, which, you know, I'm a little bit disappointed about the factory because wasn't there supposed to be a factory level? In fact, I think in beta 1, there was like a Fear factory level. It was super undone. It was super unfinished. It was broken. It didn't really work, and they ended up tossing it out. But it's like we have kind of Fear areas that are associated with most of the spots on the map, right? Like we have the Fear School. We don't have a Fear Church. So, okay, maybe that theory is kind of out the window anyways. We have the Fear Market, right? We don't have a Fear Hospital, and we don't have a Fear Police Station. But I do think it would have been cool to kind of see like a dream rendition of all these different landmarks that are on the map. But, you know, I mean, I understand it's very hard to make games, and they were on a pretty tight deadline, so they probably didn't get to do everything that they wanted to do. Maybe they'll do some kind of DLC in the future, or maybe they'll just patch it in. I mean, they're doing a great job of patching the game. They seem to like release a patch either every other day or every day. So, I mean, they're doing a lot of work on the game. I just don't know if they're gonna add like entirely new sequences. All right, so the factory continues to be a disappointment. No secrets to be found, just an empty building. Remember to look both ways before crossing the street. My gosh, these people. Oh, there comes a car. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that was incredibly terrifying for just crossing a very narrow road. People are driving too fast in this city. All right, so I just wanted to head over to the school and see if anything is different over here. I don't know if these cars have always been parked here, but it doesn't look like it's very different. I did notice something though. Some of these windows are lit up. There's nothing inside of them, but I don't know if it's always looked like that. Not that it really matters that much since they're not really doing anything. They're just glowing windows, which seems to indicate that there's someone inside of it, but I can assure you there is nothing inside of those buildings. They are completely empty. We've done it a million times. It's all a lie. The buildings are all a lie. Okay, so let's head up to the church and the graveyard here. And of course, Greenhouse M13. Awesome Easter egg. A big thanks to Greenhouse M13 for continuing to work very hard to update this trainer. Every time that TinyBuild updates the game, it breaks the trainer, so it doesn't work anymore, and Greenhouse M13 has to get back to work and fix it once again. So thank you for all your hard work, Greenhouse. You've done a wonderful job in keeping this thing updated so that we can continue to play around with the ghost mode. Now, I do notice that there are tombstones here. I don't believe that there was tombstones here before. At least in the previous acts, there definitely wasn't tombstones. And, excuse me? There's a tombstone here with an actual plaque on it? Yeah, so that is incredibly interesting. Are there any more that have anything on them? Because that one is obviously very, very unique. And now the picture only is a portrait of a woman. But I do have to say, that portrait looks a lot like the picture of the woman in the picture with the neighbor. Somehow that sentence made sense. That was a lot of references to pictures and a woman in a picture. But basically what I'm trying to say is, could this tombstone, could this grave be the neighbor's wife? Why would they only have one tombstone in this entire graveyard that has an actual plaque on it? This one is obviously very unique and very special. This could very well be the grave of the neighbor's wife. Wow, this is kind of crazy. So now the fact that there is only a grave for his wife kind of lends itself to the theories that you guys have been speculating about, that the kids are actually still alive. You'd think if they all died in the same accident at the same time, they'd all be buried together as a family. But right now, we only have the wife here, assuming that this is the wife. But I do want to go back to the house and look at the picture again. Now that we have this portrait in our heads, I want to go back to the house and look at the picture of the neighbor's wife and see. I mean, I feel like, I mean, she had curly hair, right? And it was short, and that's what this seems to be here in this portrait. So I think that it's safe to say that this is the grave of the neighbor's wife. Wow. Wow. It just, I mean, it continues to get so sad. I really feel bad for the neighbor. I mean, yeah, he's a psychopath, but gosh, what a terrible, terrible thing to have happened. And we still don't know how she died, but we are definitely speculating that it was in some kind of car accident and the neighbor was the guy who was driving. Okay, so I've explored the other landmarks in the city and have not found anything of particular note. Probably the most notable thing that we found this entire episode was that gravestone of what we assume is his wife. Let's go back over here and let's just do a little bit of analyzing here. Yeah, I mean, that is almost certainly the portrait of his wife. Short red hair, she's petite. It seems like she's even wearing the same dress in that portrait. She's kind of got like the poofy shoulder thing going on. It looks like that's the same dress that she's wearing in that portrait. Oh my gosh. Poor neighbor. I continue to feel bad for him. I mean, yeah, he's abducted us and done terrible things to us, locking us up in his basement, but he's just a sad, broken man if you look at him. All right, guys, well, on that note, I think we're gonna end this episode. If there are more secrets that you guys are aware of here in Hello Neighbor, let me know in the comment section below and we'll check it out. But I would love to hear your guys' theories. If you think we're still on kind of the right track here with the whole him kind of crashing and his wife dying in that crash, and if that gravestone is actually his wife's, man, it's just sad stuff. But that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. If you did enjoy this, be sure to hit that like button, and of course, if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on that little circle with my logo in it right below this window. You can also watch more of my videos by clicking on the sides of the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.